that prevent us from becoming awesome. Disco Jesus, thank you for being here as I fill your head with coffee, sometimes known as black medicine, other times known as something juice, Java, I don't know, something juice. Team Game Roller, we're almost to the time of current events and I haven't done squat. I'm sorry. Alright, well, it looks like there's something going on with the whatever. Okay, so let's finish this painting. This is a cool painting. That is, it's way awesome. I've been having difficulty with the floor and the walls. Everything else looks good so far. More details in the suit, more details in the monkey. Everything could use more details, actually. More putsy work, which is what I'm up for. How about you? Now then. I need to... I'm having trouble with the walls because the walls... But it is full of junk. And there's a bookcase back here, which I should put in. I'm going to mix using the magic sauce, also known as glazing fluid, or glazing medium, or glazing fluid. The label only says acrylic glazing, liquid gloss. It's actually not gloss, it's satin. But I bought gloss one day because I thought it would be more transparent. Anyway, here we are. Stuck together again. Me and you. Alright, here we go. The brushed action. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that looks good. That's exactly what I want in a glaze. Something that lets the original color come through, but yet transmutes it. I'm just making noises because I forgot to make noises. I forgot that. Oh, my fingies are hurting because I stabbed them with a screwdriver. It was in my money-making job as a handyman, which I don't really love. You would think that as a handyman, these easy jobs like changing a doorknob would be easy, but as soon as you get in there, there's something wrong that you've never seen before. Every time. How can two objects, a screw and a knob, be different every single time? I don't get it. Everything is a trip to the hardware store. I hate that. It's the most frustrating thing. And that's what I hate about work. How frustrating it is. Doing it is no problem. Anyway, so we got that. Now that's tying together a little better. This floor needs help. Badly. There might be too much of this ochre color in this painting. believe I mentioned last time that I need to change the color of this room. I'm going to use quinacridone light mixed cops. They're everywhere. You just can't avoid them. They're like stink on stool. Alright, we're going to make this kind of a pink. But I'm mixing it with yellow ochre to hopefully subdue it. I mentioned last time when you add tone or shade to tint, when you add tint or shade to orange, it just turns into flesh tone. And here we have a weird pink. I don't know. I'll try it. I'll put it on and see what happens. All right. Nauseating flesh tone. You see? Flesh tone, flesh tone. You just can't escape it. As soon as you put pink or red on a brown on a face, it's a flesh tone. Even green, if you're Toulouse-Lautrec. Orange is the only color that when you move away from a face, still looks like flesh tone. Boom. Flesh tone. It's driving me nuts. I'm going to add white to the ceiling. Focusing on these walls and background things. I shouldn't, but I am. My ceiling is actually not white. That's why my girlfriend left me. She thought it was disgusting. And I'm like, what? How can a ceiling be disgusting? Just because there's stains from decades of communion. I live in a former communion wafer factory. It's a true story, I do. You could ask, a stick at will say yes. Communion wafer factory. The market that they had on the communion wafer business was handmade by nuns. Okay, now, all right, so we got these things are starting to tie together. That's good, and that's good, and now this really needs a lot of help. The floor is terrible. Too much white. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I feel like I should take this to the actual apartment and look at the floor. Will I do that? Probably not. For some reason, he seems flat. And I don't know why that is. Maybe because there's no black outline? I don't know. Let's give him a purple outline. Just for fun. Yeah. Okay. I'm using dioxazine purple. Dioxazine purple is the purple that lambs are made of. Little lambs. All made of dioxazine purple. Made of? I don't know. Some kind. Insert your own damn metaphor. I'm too busy. So, brush is losing its shape. Fig leaf. Stuff ain't like a monkey. Okay, Dollar, I'm a little quiet today. I don't know why. I guess I'm just thinking about current events. Wow! It's time for current events with the Skrauss. I am just a victim of current events like you are, but I refuse to call myself a victim because victimhood is for pussies. I find nothing more tiresome than victims. Probably because I spent my whole life being a victim. There's no more victim-making identity as fundamentalist Christian. That is, a fundamentalist Christian who wants to be holy. Because everything is about, Jesus, do it for me. Disco Jesus, do something for us. Disco Jesus isn't working very hard. Or he's working so behind the scenes that we can't even see what he's doing. We have no conception of what Disco Jesus is doing behind the scenes. All I can conceive is that it's nothing. I spent this weekend at an eBay ceremony with a Cree medicine man and some locals. I'm a little disappointed. And the spirits and the ancestors, and all I experienced was, wow, it is hot in here. So the Nipi ceremony is, in the vulgar, a vulgarian would call it a sweat lodge. Because you do a lot of sweating. It's like you take a shower from the well of your own body. It just rains out of you. Sweat. At certain points it got so hot, it was like if you tripped over a camping fire and your face fell in the fire. It was that hot. I couldn't breathe. It was so hot. But there were no visions. There was no ecstatic moment. I was let down. But I just have to trust the ceremony. It was... I have to trust that the spirits were there and that my ancestors were there and that they helped me out. The medicine man says he saw the spirits ministering to each person, going to them and putting things in and taking things out like a jigsaw puzzle, fixing them. But I don't know. I had no sensation of anything except hot. And trying to endure it and wondering, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? I did very little praying. You're supposed to pray, but I know what to pray. I mean, what can I even pray? All my prayers used to be, bless so-and-so, or help this in my life, or change this. I feel like those aren't real prayers. So I didn't use any of them, and I didn't really have a prayer, except, I wanted, I'm very hesitant. I procrastinate a lot, and I get nothing done. I want that changed. But, I don't know. So, but in between all that and the Indian singing, I grew to appreciate Indian singing. I like how rhythmic it is, and how simple it is. I don't understand it at all, but when it's translated, it's just the simplest, plainest thing. Like one guy told me one song. What does he say? So simple. It was just basic. Having a hard time, and so or I get on the road. I don't know, something along those lines. Very simple. So that's it. That's all I got. An Ipe ceremony. I can't recommend it or unrecommend it. I had a great time. Connect to anything, as freaking usual. But Doc Martin, this is with Doc Martin, Cree medicine man. You find him in Michigan. You can look him up online. Dr. William Martin. He's got a wedding healing. I'm not sure. He assured me that give it, see if something, I'll notice something in that time. I don't know, but facts to say crude move, you bring something to a potluck and you're supposed to leave it there. I just didn't think it was a big deal. I spent so much time talking about how Indians come to potlucks loaded with Tupperware because they're expecting to take things home. So what's the difference if I load up on lasagna and salads or if I load up on the pie that I brought in that nobody ate. I don't know. Doc Martin is a health food guy. He won't eat any sugar or... and I only took one. And he was like, how dare you? I don't know. It's water under the bridge now. A faux pas like that is, I feel like it's just two clashing cultures that will never reconcile. Meanwhile, alcohol Indian population, as well as terrible diet, because all the grocery stores are full of crap. They have no means of making a living. And there's nothing I can do to help them. Connection to the earth. Europeans have no connection because it was all destroyed when Rome came through and killed all the Druids. So the English-speaking world has no connection to the land. I wanted to connect to the land. I wanted to meet the spirits and the ancestors, and they were my last hope. And I didn't have any experience, and then I got yelled at for taking garbage. I don't know. I don't get it. That's just how things unfold for me, it seems like. Let's get back to this painting. The peg-leg monkey looks good with that purple. He stands out more. He looks more finished. There's some... I'm going to put in the fig leaf now before I forget. Use the only green I have. Phthalo green. You want to look at it? It looks like this. Can't see it because it's in my fist because I can't get it off. There it is. No name brand phthalo green. Focus. Squirt some on the palette. Boom. It's too much. Phthalo green, any phthalo color, is so powerful you need almost none of it. But as we know, fig leaves are not green. I mean, they're green, but I mean they're not phthalo green. Phthalos are super bright. You'll see when I add this white. I don't know if you can even... I'll put this on the edge of what we're looking at here. We're looking at these colors. You can see it. You see the movement. So you see how bright that is? It's like minty brightness in Technicolor. I'm going to just add that to the peg-leg monkey now. And I'm doing it because I can always go over it with glaze. But it might look good super bright. David. Does he look like David? He should. The fig leaf. When God created man on the seventh day, he threw a fig leaf at him. Put this on, schlong boy. All right, we got purple here. Bring out his toes more. Use raw sienna. I just need a dab of this color because alright, maybe I need more than a dab. Maybe not. Peg-leg monkey, you are my pal. Peg-leg monkey. Peg-leg monkey. What a useless character. I'm trying to kill off the peg-leg monkey because I'm like, I gotta move on. I gotta move on from these characters and shticks that I created when I was 20. It's actually 30 when I created the Peg Leg Monkey. Jeez, seems so long ago. That's 20 years. Peg Leg Monkey is 20 years old this year. Okay, so I can put the eyeball right here, where these three lines converge, but I choose not to. I'll put it right here. This is the Peg Leg Monkey's floating eyeball. Why does he have a floating eyeball? Nobody knows. I mean, I never wrote that story. Just this morning I wrote a short piece about Montgomery Blanc. That's Montgomery Blanc. He works at Blanc Co., which is his company, which he founded. And I decided just today, Blanc is actually older than the Peg Leg Monkey. I created Montgomery Blanc when I was 19, 18. And I just figured out today what his business is. Alright, so we got the Peg Leg Monkey. He's got his floating eyeball. We got this guy with the hang low pants. His table comes in. Add some weird... see, I shouldn't add this color to the table because I should just add it to his... Put some here. I don't know if that helps. You can't really see what's going on, Team Cave Dweller, because of the light. This streaky light that, I don't know what I can do to... I need a new set. That's all it comes down to. The Peg Leg Monkey standing out from the background. Looks alright. This background needs some help. And I'll help it with wood color because it's wood. Let's try. This is a color called imidazolone brown. Imidazolone brown. Does that even mean anything to you? Does it even mean English in the English-speaking free world? Excuse me, I'm ranting. So let's see what happens when I smear a bunch of this all over the place. I'm terrified of it. I'm going to add yellow ochre to it because it scares me. All I want is the color of wood. Team Cave Dweller, just the color of wood. I want wood color. I think like a cartoonist, so I think like everything should have its own color, but that's not how life works. This is very red. But we can get a nice brown by mixing it. Okay, brother, let me tell you how life works. You should... Oh, it actually came out wood color. Look at that. Ow! wood color. Bring on the wood. Yeah, we have visitors. All right. Okay, brother. This is looking like it might do the trick. How does it look for you? Can you tell? And it's transparent, so it's going over this yellow very nicely. Cave Dweller, thank you for joining me. Oh, and I can even take it, because of its transparency, down the side. Alright, so it wasn't as transparent as I thought, so I need to bring out the rag and do this number. And that works out adequately, or it doesn't. It's not adequate. Wood color. You're the bane of my existence. Yeah, see how it flattens, makes everything look wrong. Let's add some light here. Team K-Run, it's time for anime. It is time for the review to end all reviews. Show you the clock for proof. We are past time. When the clock gets to here, I'm going to wrap it up. So, K-Run, the new anime I'm watching is called... I don't know what it's called. I haven't watched an anime since Thursday. It's been a while. Let me see. What was I watching? I don't even remember. But when I got back from the Nipi ceremony, all of the Doro Hidoro comics that I purchased came in, and I've started to read it, the manga. And I really like the way it's laid out. In some aspects, the animated version is better. It's cleaner. It has the advantage of movement and color. And in one scene, I noticed the manga was a little bit confusing. It didn't quite... It wasn't the right angle. Whereas in the anime, they corrected it and they made it a long shot, so you could see what was happening. Of course, it has the benefit of movement as well. And it has the benefit of voices and audio, so you can hear what people sound like and you can fall in love with the character. And you have a stronger grasp on the timing, because when you're doing the timing in your head as you read it, you don't inject the same nuances that actors and directors would. So, Dorohedoro, I liked it. It has a really great splash page. The very first page is very graphic. It reminded me of 13 O'Clock by Richard Sala. That's all I have to say about anime today. And it wasn't anime, it was manga. And I'd show it to you, but I'd have to walk off screen. Even though it is here with me, it's just not here with me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's return to the painting. First thing I saw was a Piglet Monkey's fig leaf, so let's subdue that with some purple on my palette. Let's see if we can find something that's subduage-like. This is ivory black, so that means it's transparent. And we will use it. I can't hardly use these fingers because I stabbed them with a screwdriver. Manual manipulation. One lesson I learned is when using a screwdriver, I always wear gloves. This is the second time within 6 months that I've stabbed myself in the hand with a screwdriver. Drives me nuts. Black. Too big of a brush. I discovered I have to go back in there with some brown now because the eyeball is better. All right. Okay, brother, that's it for today. That's my half-assed episode of the Skrauss Live, painting live, broadcasting, narrowcasting to you. You aren't here now, but you have no idea what you missed watching this in edited format, if I ever get around to editing it. You know, it's funny, I got stabbed here, but this knuckle hurts as well. I wonder why. Weird. Weird. All right, Team Cave Dweller, I want to thank you for being here and joining me once again, and I'm just going to wrap things up. I have no special sign-out except do everything you can to remain awesome in life. And the big takeaway is don't expect nothing. And magic is both true and false simultaneously.